And now, from your local election headquarters, the only locally produced political talk show discussing the issues that matter to you. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Thanks for being here for Big Country Politics. I'm Victor Sotelo. We start the show with what's making political headlines across the nation, state, and the Big Country. First, from your local election headquarters. Last Saturday was Election Day in Abilene, and at the end of the night, Kyle McAllister was officially named the winner of the runoff election for Place 5 in Abilene City Council. Here is a breakdown of the election. Kyle McAllister just barely taking the election by 84 votes. McAllister took 51% with 2,922 votes. Corey Clemens got 2,838 votes. That's 49%. We were able to catch up with both Kyle McAllister and Corey Clemens. McAllister waiting out the results at the Taylor County Elections Office. The feeling in the room was of slight nervousness as the early voting results came in, followed by the first release. But once the finals rolled in, McAllister was elated that he won, even if it was by a narrow margin of just 84 votes. And while some in the city might be weary of his reign on the council, he says he's grateful for another opportunity to serve everyone.
What I hope today proves is maybe vindicating Kyle McAllister, the person. That people, while not agreeing or condoning what was posted, maybe we're able to say, okay, hey, you know, but as a person, you know, we expect him to be different, and we're giving him a chance to be different.
And challenger Corey Clemens posted up at Cypress Street Station, disappointed that he didn't win. He says the runoff proved that every vote really does matter.
We're 84 votes, within 84 votes of winning. That sends a message, that sends a signal to several people that there is an option, and there are some people out there that can win, other than, you know, the usuals.
Clemens says he's not ruled out running for public office in the future, simply saying that you never know what the next year holds. This is Clemens' second loss. He'd previously run in 2017, losing place 3 on the council to Donna Albus. For Kyle McAllister, this marks his third term. Now to our eye on Dyess. The change of command ceremony at Dyess Air Force Base happens every couple of years, and it's that time for the 7th Bomb Wing at Dyess. But the new commander is not new to Dyess. He's been assigned here before. Here's reporter Kelsey Pittman.
By order of the commander, Colonel Brandon D. Parker will relinquish command to Colonel Jose E. Sumingill, 7th Bomb Wing, Dyess Air Force Base, Texas, effective 17 June 2019.
Sir, I assume command.
Colonel Jose E. Sumingill comes from the National Defense University Institute for National Strategic Studies, Fort Leslie J. McNair in Washington, D.C., where he served as a senior military fellow.
I never thought I'd be back in this position, leading airmen in this capacity. And I really am honored. I'm just going to savor the moment every day.
He's no stranger to Abilene.
My 2 older kids were born here. My wife and I were actually married here. So we feel like we've been welcomed. We're part of this community.
This is his 4th time to be stationed in the Key City. The last time was in 2015.
This is where I grew up as an instructor, as an aviator, and where I had my squadron command. So it's really great to be back here.
While he's excited to be back in Abilene and get to work, there's something else he's looking forward to.
I'm really excited about Texas barbecue. There's nothing like Texas barbecue. I introduced my family to that yesterday. Some of them are from California, Rhode Island.
With coverage you can count on, Kelsey Pittman, KTAB News.
And Colonel Sumingill is responsible for the health and welfare of the more than 13,000 active duty civilian and family members at Dyess. Now to our eye on Texas. It will soon be easier to legally carry handguns into a place of worship in Texas, and new Texas law signed by Governor Greg Abbott should clear up what lawmaker calls confusion, and it's an issue that the state's Attorney General has weighed in on. Austin Bureau reporter Wes Rappaport has the details from the state's capital.
The sign out front of this Texas church is clear. No guns allowed. It's case by case for churches around the state. And in the aftermath of the deadly Sutherland Springs church shooting in 2017, State Senator Donna Campbell wanted to make a change.
There needed to be clarity. I mean, look what stopped the massacre. A good guy with a gun acting quickly. Can you imagine if somebody would have had a gun sitting in the pew how many lives would have been saved?
A month later, Attorney General Ken Paxton issued an opinion saying Texans can carry on church property unless a church provides oral or written notice prohibiting handguns. Campbell, a New Braunfels Republican, says her bill aligns Paxton's legal opinion with state statute. The bill was signed by the governor earlier this month to mixed reviews.
I feel like it's just such a violation of our Christian beliefs to have a gun in church.
Some church leaders say it doesn't solve larger safety problems.
The problem with that is when the police do come in, they don't know if the person with the gun is the active shooter hurting people or protecting people.
In the meantime, many churches have hired private security or worked with law enforcement to have officers attend services.
We have parishioners who don't like it, and I don't personally like it either, but we have come to a conclusion as church leadership that that's the right thing to do for now.
Once this law takes effect, it's up to your church to decide by posting a sign or giving verbal notice whether you will legally be able to carry on church grounds.
Okay, thank you, Wes. The legislation also lessens the penalty from a possibility of jail time and a $4,000 fine to a $200 fine. The new legislation takes effect in September. Still to come on Big Country Politics, there's a shortage of help at the Taylor County Detention Center. An in-depth conversation with the county judge next. We're back in 2 minutes.